Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chats, drop your elephants and your crowns and let me know where you're watching from. We are going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6 reunion trailer. I watched it way too many times. Way too many times. I literally was just watching it right before this, right, TikTok? Shout out to everyone on my TikTok. We are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't know. Okay, so before we get into the details of this trailer, we need to know, you need to know, this reunion is going to be 4 parts. 4 parts. Starting in November, it's going to be all about the Real Housewives of Potomac. We just, yes or no in the chat, do we need this reunion to be 4 parts? Based on the season, I don't know, y'all. I don't think we need 4 parts. I don't know if we need 4 parts. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. If you missed it, I will post, go to my TikTok. Right, TikTok? Go to my TikTok. You can see the trailer, or or the Kempire Radio Instagram. You can see the trailer. It's 2 minutes. And there are a lot of elements. We're going to talk about that. And once we hit 200 likes, I know we don't have 200 people in the room just yet. Once we hit 200 likes, I'll drop the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts. All right, let me move this a little bit closer. Can you guys hear me better? Or did you guys hear me before? That's all right. I like to have the mic near me. There we go. Let me take a sip. All right. Based on what we were seeing with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it does seem as if they're trying to drag this out. And I don't know if they have enough, but because Nicki Minaj is going to be a part of this reunion, I can see why they're doing this. The top of this trailer, you hear Nicki Minaj asking certain questions. And to be honest with you, the questions that she was asking, Nicki, you follow me, don't you? She does follow me, actually, on TikTok. Because she brings up the rumor of not rumors, they're facts. We saw them. There were actual receipts about Eddie following hundreds of booty models. She also brings up, is Robin and Gizelle in some sort of love affair? I didn't expect that. But you know. Maria, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6 reunion trailer that dropped just a couple of hours ago. I was busy here taking care of stuff that I didn't go live immediately. But if you follow me on my other platforms, and you know I had already posted talking a little bit about it. This is going to be a 4-part reunion featuring Nicki Minaj. In the trailer, we get to see a little bit of Nicki Minaj. We hear some of the questions that she asked in the beginning, but we don't see her interact necessarily with the ladies. She walks in, all the ladies act so surprised, and she has a bottle of brown juice in her hand. Nicki, what kind of crunk party was this? We're going to talk about all the parts. I took a couple of notes after watching this trailer quite a few times. But of course, guys, you know what we're going to do. If you follow me on my TikTok, right, TikTok, we are going to do a live watch and recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. So if you don't follow me on my TikTok, follow me there. Starting in November, when this reunion starts, we're going to be watching and recapping this reunion. Okay? At the top of the reunion, at the top of the trailer, I should say, Nicki Minaj says, you only hear her voice. She says, Robin, is Gizelle your secret lover? You know, we've alluded to that. Shout out to Delsenia. Delsenia says, the live TikTok watches are so, I love it. If anything, even if the reunion sucks like Beverly Hills, we have a good time in the chat. Right, TikTok? We always have a good time on live. And don't forget to follow me on those multiple platforms, because sometimes on TikTok, I cook on TikTok. We do a bunch of things. I haven't done it in a while, but we're going to get back to it. So we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. It's going to be 4 parts featuring Nicki Minaj. At the top, Nicki Minaj asked the question, Robin, is Gizelle your secret lover? She also talks and brings up the Eddie rumors. She asks about Eddie following multiple booty models. You know, we talked about that story here on the channel. Thank you so much, Delicia. for the super chat. Was Juan Dixon at the reunion? I love my water bottle. Guys, get your we're gonna be the coldest water community because we all have our water bottles. Get your coldest water bottle today. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. I don't bring anything on here that I haven't tried or love. Okay. Don't forget, we also will be doing 12 days of Christmas, giving away gifts to all of our followers, subscribers, and things like that. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, Delicia, for the super chat. Juan Dixon was not at the reunion. And you know how I know he wasn't at the reunion? Because I was paying close attention. Let me open up my stuff. Hold on. So this is the seating at the reunion. We already talked about the seating at the reunion. Of course, Wendy and Gizelle probably had the biggest situation this year. So of course, they're sitting next to each other. Okay. But of course, let me see if I can find the photo that I wanted. That's not it. Wait. No, that's not it either. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure. I know I have a picture. I know I took a picture of that, didn't I? Oh, I look. When we see the husbands come out, the only person that's on Gizelle, Candiace, and Robin and Ashley's side is Chris Bassett. He's the only one. So Michael Darby's not there. Juan Dixon's not there. And the other side, everyone else's husbands are there. Gordon's there. Ray is there. Wendy's husband's there. Well, Wendy's husband's. Eddie's there. I have to say, though, on Karen's side, with everyone with the pink trains, that was life right there. That side is giving me life. Can you guys notice that? TikTok, if you wonder what we're looking at, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. That way you can see some of the photos that I'm showing. That left side is giving life. Just the way everyone's sitting, the way the trains are sitting. They really brought it for this reunion, though. You know, they're not my favorite fashions. However, when we look at Beverly Hills, these ladies brought it. They brought it with the color unification, the way that they look gorgeous. You know, I always say it's one thing to see these outfits in pictures, but to see them in movement, they all looked great. And definitely better than Beverly Hills. But this left side is giving me life. And this left side, all the husbands are there. I'm not sure if Scala's husband's there, but when the husbands do come out, all of their husbands are there. Okay. If you just joined us, guys, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion for season 6. Nicki Minaj does make an appearance, and she does ask questions at the very top of this trailer. Even though we hear she comes out at the end, she asks questions like, Robin, is Gizelle your secret lover? Eddie, you were following how many different booty models? One other thing that she says I couldn't make out. Maybe if you guys did and you call in, you can let me know. There seems to also be some funny moments during this reunion from some of the ladies when Mia refers to her stripper resume. She puts entertainer, and then Candiace turns to the other lady. She's like, strippers have resumes? And then, of course, Wendy. Here's the thing. I've been so wishy-washy when it comes to Wendy this season because I love a moment, when, someone brings a prop to a reunion. I love that. But the iconic moment of the binder that Monique gave us last season, it feels a little like she's trying to have that same moment. And that's what we've gotten from Wendy throughout the season this year. It felt as if she was trying to have a moment. I didn't love, I get it. Robin was like, did you actually pay money for that? Yes, she probably did. Was it in her candle budget? I hope not. Exactly. Someone said a fake binder blow up Twitter. Wait, hold on. Funmi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The binder cannot be duplicated. No, because we were not ready for the binder. We had no idea. And unfortunately, Bravo, you dropped the ball on that moment because we hear, according to Monique, that there was a lot more that was said and that was not seen. That part one of RHOP's season 5 reunion was epic. That binder was killing it. So now when Wendy comes with her receipt of a poster board, it just seems like, okay, girl, you're trying to have a moment. You're trying to do what Monique did. If anything, Monique didn't give us a lot throughout the years. Yes, she gave us a Real Housewife, but she was never really my favorite. But she came hard in that season 5 reunion in a way I had never seen Monique. And I was like, damn it. Just when she got good, she decided to leave. It was a moment we were not ready for. Between her binder, between her reads, between her fashion, I was like, okay, Monique. I was looking forward to seeing more of Monique after that. I really was. I get, Wendy, I don't like people coming for my... No, look, I get that. I completely get why Wendy is upset. It just feels as if her clapbacks are falling short. At least during the season. But we shall see. Maybe she'll win me over during the reunion. But the poster board just felt a little, oh, I'm going to try and do what Monique did, but now I want to have a poster board because I'm a professor. But I'm open to it. I want to see what this interaction between Wendy and Gizelle will be like, because Gizelle is not confrontational. Gizelle likes to talk behind your back. You know, kind of like what we do. Kind of like what we do here on the channel. We love to talk behind people's back. Okay? All right. Let me take a sip. Okay, some of you like the poster board. L Ford says, I liked the poster board. I mean, I liked it too, but I mean, when I say I liked it as a moment. But when I think, look, I watched this video multiple times. So if you watch it just initially, I think you're like, yes, we're going to have a moment. But when you keep watching it over and over again, you're like, okay, girl. Exactly, Erica. Exactly. This is exactly my point. The poster board may have been too soon after the binder. The binder was epic. Maybe if it was in another city, but even in Dallas, Cameron tried to have a binder moment with her little suitcase and stuff. I was like, look at these women trying to do what Monique did. That's the thing. Monique came through. Nobody was ready for it. And it was still such an iconic moment. It just has not been. But it wasn't even just the binder. Even the way that she presented her information. Even the lightheartedness at certain points. And then when she was getting to the Monique stepped out. Like it was sort of like when Beyonce first debuted as a solo artist. It was Monique's stepping out moment, and it was like, damn, you're leaving us. Damn. All right, let me go continue. Guys, we have over 400 something people in the chat. Be sure to like the video. Let's get to 200 likes. I'll drop the call-in link. I want to know what you think of this new Real Housewives of Potomac season 6 reunion trailer featuring Nicki Minaj. Okay. Shout out to Delsenia is on double duty. I see Delsenia here on my TikTok. I see Delsenia thank you, Delsenia. Shout out to all my moderators. Okay. So some of the other things that we get from this trailer. Karen tells Gizelle that she needs to lawyer up. You know that we reported that Jamal Bryant reportedly owes a lot of money in taxes. That question comes up during the reunion. Andy brings up that question. I really didn't expect it, to be honest with you. Because I was sort of like, why are we still talking about... Are you on Twitch too? Delsenia, thank you so much. Delsenia's busy out here. She's on all the platforms. So they bring that up, and Karen says, you better lawyer up. And Karen knows about the tax stuff because she points out that there was a period that this money that's owed, that Gizelle was still married to Jamal. And we all asked the question, does this make her responsible for some of the debt that he's owed, that he owes? Okay. Chris Bassett has a bone to pick, but I feel as if Chris Bassett's bone to pick isn't really with the ladies. It's more with the blogs and how they've been talking about him and his money situation. But of course, the ladies have. I wonder, we didn't see Candiace's mom. we did see a breakdown moment from Candiace. Not sure what this involves. At this point, she's trolling us and she's leaning into the whole handkerchief moment. That's what Candiace is definitely leaning into this whole, handkerchief situation. But she does have another tearful moment where she talked about her family not being the same. So I wonder what that could be about. I don't know if it has to do with what her mom said about Chris in that particular episode. I really would have loved to see Mama Dot at the reunion. It wouldn't be the first time that she's been at a reunion. That would have really been nice to see. And also for Chris and Dorothy to have a conversation. Why not? But I'm sure that's part of the reason why Candiace is upset. But did you guys notice that Chris was wearing that Deep Space, Candiace's album cover t-shirt? Forever promoting. Forever promoting. I still haven't gotten a chance to listen to it. I am going to listen to Candiace's album because, I love music. If it's good, I will let you guys know if it's good. I know it's been a while since it came out, but I'll get to it. Okay, so there's some stuff. I don't know if this needs to be 4 parts because there's some stuff that comes up in the trailer that you're like, did we really believe that this was anything? The whole tossing salad, on social media, they're alluding, did Chris try to holler at Mia? Come on. I didn't believe that when we saw it. Linda says, Kempire, what you say? Get into the get. I hollered. I know mods, no caps in the chat, but I had to, y'all. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's going to be 4 parts. The Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, we just heard, is going to be four parts. The entire month of November, it's all about Potomac. We will be watching and recapping on my TikTok. So follow me on TikTok at TheKempire there. That's where you guys are going to get some exclusive commentary on the Potomac reunion. And that's going to be even more fun because what should happen. Nicki Minaj, who follows me on TikTok, should come on live with me and watch and comment as well. That's an open invitation. Barb's, let her know. Okay. Miss Sia, thank you so much for the super chat. I feel like Wendy doesn't think her original is good for RHOP. So she has to copy everyone's past and present. There is a level of inauthenticity that I get from Wendy. And I just felt like in the first season, it felt a little bit more authentic. And this season, it feels a little bit more, I'm trying to keep my position. And that could be because, producers have been in her ear. Okay, let me focus on some of the things that I have to cover here. So at one point during this trailer, Mia calls Candiace a hood rat. And then Candiace replies, your mama. So Candiace leans in. Before you could say, I didn't know. However, she did say it again when they were in the Eastern Shore, saying your mama. Now you guys made peace and you've had a conversation. Now at the reunion, you're going to say her mama again. Leave her mama out of it. Leave her mother out of it. Just saying. Kirby says, I think this season's her authentic self, not last year. Really? I don't know. Maybe. Can the real Dr. Wendy Acefo stand up? Shout out to Dr. Wendy Acefo. I know her daughter, Cameron, is in the ICU. So we do want to send love and prayers to her. She had to cancel her gig on The Real this week because she revealed that her daughter had been very, very ill. So, we love to laugh and kiki and criticize here on the channel. But when something like someone's health, especially a child's health, I do want to just say, send prayers to her right now. No word on what exactly is going on with her daughter, but a kid in the ICU. That's first of all, anyone in the ICU is never good, but definitely a kid, a baby in the ICU is not good. So, just want to say that. Let me take a sip. Ty Wilson, hell no. If that happens, I'm gonna shut my TV off. Ty Wilson said, is Candiace going to perform? You better stop it. Stop it. Okay, so Andy again for the second season alludes to Candiace being a mess on social media, and Candiace calls it orating. She feels as if the way that she speaks on social media and to the ladies is orating. And here's the hypocrisy for me. You know how last season everyone got on Monique about how she reacted with Candiace? Be it if you agreed with the situation or not. But now the ladies are saying, Gizelle says in this moment, if Mia had smacked Candiace upside her head, she would have understood why. But you didn't understand last season. But now you understand this season. I just feel like everyone's been it's being a hypocrite. It doesn't say that you can't change your mind, you can't evolve, but no one's saying that. No one's saying that. Maybe they will say that in this reunion. I wonder if Nicki Minaj will ask those questions because I'm sure she's had thoughts from last season and what happened with Monique. So I wonder if that will come up. If you just joined us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion for season 6. That will premiere November 7th, I believe it is. November 7th. It's the entire month of November. The entire month of November, it's going to be 4-part reunion. Okay. And the other thing that they talk about in this reunion in regards to Jamal, I guess they're going to do a deeper dive into Gizelle's relationship with Jamal. Here's the thing. I'm not that interested in them covering Jamal and Jamal cheating on her. Is it really cheating if you guys really weren't together? So they're going to explore those cheating rumors. I want to kind of move on from the fake storyline that Gizelle created. Gizelle, let's just lean into you dating, your daughter's dragging you. That seems more authentic than this whole Jamal situation. The Jamal situation has been uncovered. You lied. You lied. And the whole justification, every time it was brought up this season, I was just like, oh God, here she's gonna, you know, when you just get secondhand embarrassment for someone and you're just like, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Let's just move on. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Let's pretend. Jazz says, we don't care about Jamal. We don't. Darren says, is Jamal coming? No, that right side, look, let's go back. That right side, the only husband that was there was Candiace's husband, Chris Bassett. That was the only husband that was there. Jamal wasn't there. Juan wasn't there. And even Michael Darby wasn't there. Karen does have some really cute moments. Karen is going to probably be the light air that we need at the reunion. She's no Nene, but she does provide a lot of funny moments to this city and franchise. And she looks great. She looks great. You know, this wasn't my favorite look from the reunion, but like I said, sometimes when you see these outfits in motion, it's a lot better. And Karen looks great. Karen looks really, 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 really good. And of course, Candiace is giving us this. She's giving us more tears. And at the end of the reunion, we get to see Nicki Minaj come out with some brown juice in her hand. Nicki Minaj does make an appearance. We're not sure how much of Nicki Minaj we will get. More than likely, though, that will only be in part 4 of the reunion. Don't expect, and that's probably the reason why they're doing a 4-part reunion. I also think they're trying to drag this out. I also know that they announced the Real Housewives of Miami cast. Not that interested, but that will be exclusively on Peacock, and that's coming in December. The Real Housewives of Miami is coming to Peacock in December. They announced the official cast and friend dubs. I'm going to watch. We will talk about it and see if it's any good. But Miami was never really my favorite. I understand why it was canceled, but they're trying to give it a new life. Maybe they'll give Dallas a new life on Peacock. We shall see. Mods, can you just let me know where we are with the likes? We have over 600 and something people watching. Don't forget, we are trying to raise $2,500 before the end of the month in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have chosen Black Women's Health Imperative as the charity that we would like to raise this money for. Every little bit counts. Thank you to everyone that's already donated, shared the live, shared a video, let people know to donate. Please, let's reach our goal of $2,500. Every fundraiser that we've done so far on the channel, we have met our goal. Let's get to our goal again. All right, we're at 200 likes. All right, thank you, guys. Let me drop the call-in link. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And my throat is, mind you, I don't, this is my third live of the day. My third live. And mind you, I did not even cover all the stories that I wanted to cover. We were supposed to talk about Queens on ABC and Insecure. More than likely, we will do that tomorrow. I was going to try and do it tonight, but then Bravo dropped the trailer. It's their fault. Blame them. But this will give me another opportunity to rewatch some of the Queens episodes and, of course, Insecure again. All right. Let me drop the call-in link. I do want to hear what you guys have to say. Overall, I'm interested. I don't know if it needs to be 4 parts. I thought Beverly Hills probably could have 4 parts, but based on what we've seen so far, those 3 parts so far have been lackluster. It hasn't been worth 4 parts. And Potomac season, although entertaining at times, I don't know if it needs 4 parts. We shall see. I'm going to remain open. I'm going to have a little faith, I guess. All right. I had to take some water, y'all. All right. TikTok, keep tapping your screens. We're almost at 3,000 likes on TikTok. This way we can get more people in the TikTok chat. Guys, we are also live on multiple platforms. Don't forget, a new episode of my podcast came out earlier this week, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. That's Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. All right. I'm hearing a little feedback. I don't know. Maybe this is too close to me. Oh, that's probably what it is. All right. There we go, y'all. Let me see what you guys are saying. I changed my 2 parts to 3 because Nikki's asking the right questions. I mean, based on what we heard in this little preview for the trailer, she's asking some funny, entertaining, interesting questions. We'll see. All right. Let me just do this. Okay. Let's take some callers, guys. Callers, again, please refrain from cursing just because, we live in a world. Look, we live in a world where you can't cuss. I don't really curse anyway, myself. But look. Renee says, I want to hear all about your trip, Kempire. Well, listen to the podcast. I talk more about it, and I will reveal more later in another episode. All right, let's take some questions. Curvy Jersey, I'm going to bring you up. Hold on, once I get my... Curvy Jersey, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so concerned about the weather. I'm on the East Coast in Jersey, and it looks like a mini Ida.
Oh, don't say that. I heard that it's supposed to be.
It's terrible, but everything is good.
Oh.
So here are my opinions. In regards to Dr. Wendy, SFO, I have a question for myself in terms of, am I responsible for trying to compare her to Monique because of everything that happened? Or is Wendy forcing herself to be like Monique? That's the conundrum, because I could see either way, but I will say that the MVP for this season has to go to Wendy, because she, the situation with her and Eddie and the rumors, she cried about it. She was going in on the Green Eye Bandits. Her relationship or friendship with Robin is now in question.
Yeah.
And so she now see the forest from the trees, in terms of Gizelle and what she's capable of, and Robin, what they're capable of. So I feel like Wendy had a good season. I don't think she was faking it, because, if you attack someone's marriage and you co-sign the attack, then, all bets are off, especially in this circle. And so her experience gives a little justification to Monique from last season, So part of me was rooting for Wendy to go in on Gizelle and Robin for the mishaps that happened last season. So I do think that Wendy deserved to be next to Andy because of everything that transpired. So shout outs to Dr. Wendy Osefo. I think she did her thing for the second season.
Okay.
Also far as the fashions, I think all the ladies look lovely and gorgeous. They put a shame on Beverly Hills. They
sure
represented that Black girl magic to the fullest. So applaud to all of them. But I will say that with Ashley, she pretty much hired all of Monique's glam squad. Makeup Body Machine did Monique's makeup last year, and Riley did Monique's dress last year, and she did Ashley's dress this year. So she pretty much called her girlfriend up and was like, "Sis, I need the hookup." Because last year
great.
She looks great. Because Ashley last year, even though she was pregnant, you could still be glamorous. So she really made a mishap last season.
Yeah.
I do like the fact they brought Nicki Minaj into it to just spice things up. You know what I mean? Just need to spice up a little bit. And the fact that they used her song "Moment for Life" for the intro to get us, the viewers, excited about this season, it was common sense to try to bring her on to amp us up for the reunion. So I think it was a job well done, Bravo. And I think they should try that with the other franchises, not so much Nicki Minaj, but someone that's close to or celebrity that says that they watch the Housewives franchise, then maybe they could chime in. It could be a Kevin Hart to, Tiffany Haddish or whatever, someone that is a fan of the show. That will be a different change to it. And also going back to Wendy, because I wrote some points down.
Okay, Curvy Jersey.
Wendy, I felt she is saving Robin's job because she made her relevant. She made her have some moments on the show. I like Robin. I do. I think she has a beautiful family. But if half of your presence involves where is Juan Dixon, then you have a problem. You have a problem. And so I think we need to highlight more things from Robin. And also, if she is close friends with Gizelle, which we all have our BFFs, right? But we also have those moments where we don't agree. And I feel like it's not enough of those moments for me to say,
this is very awkward.
It's too many moments of Robin enabling Gizelle or conspiring with Gizelle to keep her on the couch. And so I just want Robin, we always say, Robin, you need to step it up. You need to step it up. I don't know what this last episode is going to look like. I know that briefly they said something about having another child. So I don't know where that's going to go. But Robin, next year, I just need you to do some type of event. I need you to do some type of I don't know. I don't know. I'm open to let's talk about it. I don't know.
So you want to give Robin another season?
No, I don't actually. I just want I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel like we're family. I'm sorry, y'all. But I just feel like Robin, I need something. And this is my unpopular opinion. I know we're not talking about it now. We're just talking about the reunion. But what I liked about Mia was that she went after everybody. She didn't have no alliances or nothing. She was like, I'm going after everybody and let the chips fall as they may. So I can appreciate that. That was her demeanor reminded me, I forgot who I was going to compare her to, but I like the fact that she was Hanini.
Katie? Were you?
Kate, yes. Thank you, Kempire. Yes, Katie. Because you need someone that will rock the boat and not be so in an alliance to someone else. You know what I mean? And so what makes a show like this good is that we have a collective cast versus group A and group B. You know what I mean? We need a collective. And so I can appreciate Mia for staying true to herself, sharing her story. And Candiace, talking about Candiace, I appreciate Candiace's reads. I do. I think she's very witty. I love it. But I just don't like it when she goes for the jugular. I just don't like it. When she says your mama and all those things like that, especially when you know now that her mother is dealing with substance abuse.
Yeah.
Her mother did not sign up for that at all. because just like how she identifies her triggers, that could be Mia's triggers, and more severely and importantly, that could be Mia's mother's triggers. And
And
so
they
I just
talked
feel
about
like,
this. They talked
huh?
about this.
Yes, and I feel like Candiace needs to grow up from that. I mean, I love her presence on the show. Say what you want, but Candiace, she's bringing it too. But I just feel like that's my stipulation, my Achilles heel in regards to Candiace.
Mm.
And I'm just not to sound, again, I'm open for Katie to come back or Charisse. We could talk about it another time, but we need someone that can spill the tea and go after Karen as well as Gizelle. And the person that knows all the tea, the ins and outs, is one of the OGs that started the show, and that is Charisse.
I mean, Charisse has been dying to come back on the show.
They need to.
Charisse allegedly was willing to pay them.
Yes, yes. And I heard she was willing at one point to be a friend of, and I think they really need to consider it. Because Charisse did have she had her own issues. I'll be fair, she did. However, she is the one that could check Karen and she could check Gizelle. Like, I don't know if you recall this, but at Robin's engagement party, at one of the scenes, she called Karen a B word. You got to go back, but she called Karen a B word, and the camera caught it, but it wasn't spoken about. So she has some ammunition. She has some things. She's telling you guys, bravo, that she has some stuff. Put her as a friend of at least. Now, Escala, I think she's a beautiful woman too. I think she had her moments, her one-liners and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But was she bringing the friend of type of ammunition like Marlo used to do, or Camille used to do, or something like that? No, not really. Not really. She brought the fashions. I loved it, but she was a good friend of. But if you want to do a friend of to rock the boat, please consider Katie or Cherie.
Yeah, I agree. Curvy Jersey, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Kempire, for having this segment today. I can't wait to talk to you about Queens and Insecure.
Stay tuned. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Okay. Curvy Jersey brought up a lot of really great points. We're going to take some more callers, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion trailer that dropped featuring Nicki Minaj. We're talking all about it. If you want to share your thoughts, I'm going to post the call-in link so you guys can call in. We already have a full backstage, but I like to give you guys an opportunity. Bernice, what's going on?
Hey, Kim. Hey.
How are you?
I love the trailer. Wendy need to give all homage to Monique
for the receipts moment.
For the receipts moment. And she needs to apologize publicly for the way she treated Monique, because she was on the bandwagon with the mean girl so rough. She wasn't being objective. And if that child pull out some more origami damn Kleenex.
You wait, what? You mean these?
Yeah. Like, damn, we could have did without that. Really?
I think she's leaning in at this point.
And for her husband, I'm sorry. Did he forget this is a reality show? And there are going to be people who's going to be critiquing the reality show and critiquing your play in a reality show. That's what they're called: bloggers, reporters, television anchors. Come on now, Chris. What did you think? You being Caucasity? Come on now. You're acting like, come on now. You're going after the people whose job it is to talk about you. Because if they didn't talk about you, you wouldn't be relevant to the show. So why are you going after people who are talking about you? I don't get that. Cause I'm trying hard to figure it out. Like, you want to be okay. I'm giving myself a gray hair. I'm gonna let that go. And if it's gonna be 4 parts, as long as it looks like it's gonna be entertaining and it's not gonna be like Beverly Hills, I'm all for it. But if it turned into a Beverly Hills thing where we don't get no questions answered and we just looking at everybody and they pink, there's all different shades of pink. I like that. That's good. I don't see it past 2. We don't need another 4-part series. No. One with the wives, one with the husbands. That's it. We don't need no more than that.
Oh my goodness, Miss Bernice, thank you so much for calling in.
Right. Did you see? And I was looking at TMZ. They show Erica walking to her car, and there's actually well, we heard that she started dating. He said, "So what's the ages?" She said, "Well, the youngest I go was 25."
Oh no.
25.
Okay.
He's 52. Okay. And he asked her, he said, "What's the oldest?" He said, "Are we going to go there? So it's going to be 25 to 80. So you young mamas out there with your young sons going off to college, better watch out. Erica's going to be knocking at that dorm door."
I can't. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, kiddo. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let me take a sip. Guys, don't forget to get your coldest water bottle. A link is available in the description of this video. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours. Comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes. Even some of you have told me that you've gotten some for your kids, especially in these COVID times, and they're not able to drink from the water fountains in school. This is one of the ways that they can have their water. This is very important to have water. So get your coldest water bottle today. Shout out to everyone that's been tagging me and letting me know that they've gotten their coldest water bottle. So I love hearing that. All right. Also, don't forget to join our texting community. That number is scrolling across your screen, or head on over to TextKempire.com. If you'd like to become a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com for more details. Davian, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So just like I think Curvy Jersey, I wrote a few points down.
Okay. I love it.
Well, first, I feel like we all have to start with Candiace. The fact that Mama Dot wasn't seen in the trailer is disappointing because truly to me, Candiace's mama is the real villain of the show.
Oh.
Yeah, I could hate Gizelle, but I mean, Candiace's mama is not like Mama Joyce, where Mama Joyce having her own storylines, but without being like against her own daughter, Candy. Do you know what I mean? Like she has drama with all the other ladies, but she capes for Candy because that's her daughter.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mama Dot, she like brings the drama by offering up all of this information and talking so terribly about Chris at every chance and turn that she gets. So really, she needs to answer for that. And it's clear that Candiace didn't learn a damn thing from last year. From all of her comments, I mean, just to me, the abhorrent comments that she made to Ashley and then doubled down at that dinner was just so sad to see.
Yeah.
And then to have like Wendy, who's so high and mighty, basically, kind of like say it's acceptable for her to make those comments to Ashley when she was on, like, I don't know if you saw the Watch What Happens Live episode, like a few weeks ago, but she said basically you can't police how people, respond to certain things because they all go to the white meat. But there has to be a line, right? Yeah. Like, because Ashley could return serve, as Wendy said in the Watch What Happened Live. Candiace was just returning serve, but Ashley can return serve too because Candiace is also in an interracial relationship.
Yeah.
So if Ashley was to say something about that, everyone would be screaming, "Oh, she's colorist, she's things of that nature." So I just don't find that to be fair. It is weird, Gizelle and her whole situation with Jamal being brought up again this season. Like, I don't really get all of that, and I feel like it is kind of tired and played out. I mean, I don't even really care about her whole dating life or situation at this point. So I just kind of want to see her daughters just kind of eat her up some more and tear her down. I also always feel like Giselle's like the Kenya of RHOP because she's kind of like the one who stirs the pot and like the villain that you do kind of love to hate. Like, I know we have a dislike for her, but she is kind of likable in the end in some ways. So
I can see that.
I do kind of feel like it's a little weird how she's now saying it's okay if Mia was to pop Candiace, because that's not how any of them felt last year. And I
Yeah.
felt like it would have made more sense last year for them to feel that way, because there were underlying issues that was going on behind the scenes that we didn't really know, that they were then bringing to the camera. So I feel like I don't really get that, and I feel like maybe a little bit of colorism has something to play there too, because Monique is a darker skinned woman and Mia is very fair skinned, and so maybe Gizelle feels some type of like camaraderie with Mia that she didn't feel with Monique. So I hope Nicki gets into the ass. All of them. It seems like she is. Seems like she will. She's asking. She's even going up against Wendy and kind of holding her feet to the fire and making her answer some questions. So I kind of respect that. And I feel like people might call out, Robin for one might not being there, but I feel like you can't fault her for that, because I honestly do feel like Juan is just over all of the shit now. Like, he's over all of the bullshit with like filming and taping, and I mean, he's only on there like what, in 2 scenes this season. In previous seasons, he was like, every time you saw Robin, you saw Juan, or every time you saw Michael, you saw Juan too. So I mean, and even that's even kind of weird. So so let's see what else. Oh, I really don't get why Wendy's going so hard with Robin and why she's like attacking her. I do feel like she sees Robin as an easier target, although Giselle's all the targets you need. I do. I feel like the whole like bringing up the tech situation, like I don't really get that, because I feel like, and maybe I read the scene wrong, but the scene where when Robin asked her what was said, I thought that Robin was just asking, what was it that Ashley shared with you that led you to come back into the house and now start popping off at everybody? Like, that's what I thought. Not like, oh, what was said amongst the rumors, which she clearly already knew. It was, what did Ashley say to you that maybe it was misconstrued that got you to go off so crazy? And so I feel like that whole situation is just a little, she's overreacting a little bit. She's definitely reaching. And they have a valid point with the whole her acting different, because I mean, she's a different person than what we were introduced to. So I don't really understand why that's kind of being played out so intensely with amongst the ladies, and it's just all really crazy and weird. But I can't wait for Nicki. That's my girl. I heard someone say Katie should come back, but her life is too much of a mess right now. I don't think she can handle it. I don't know if y'all saw those text messages that she was sending out looking for someone to help her and send her money because her mom was. It's too much. I don't think she would be able to handle being on TV anymore, although she gave us some great moments.
And then even that last season where she came back sort of as a friend of, it was a little rough.
Oof. Like, I loved Katie because that season she seemed more real to me in that season, but it was definitely really like sad to watch her go through. Like, wasn't she losing her kids or dealing with like?
Yeah, she was dealing with a custody battle.
Living on some farm with some weird white man and like going through a child, and her mama, cutting her off from the funds. It was too much. I don't think Katie can handle it. But now Charisse could come back because she seemed a whole mess.
All right, Davian, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
David, you're going through your pages over there. We hear you. Thank you for calling. Bye. I love it when the callers come prepared and with their notes. I love it, love it, love it. Guys, if you're just joining us, of course, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Again, we're going to send out some love to Dr. Wendy Osefo. She revealed the reason why she wasn't able to make it out to the Real to do, because they were celebrating Potomac on the show the entire week, was because her daughter, Cameron, was in the ICU. So we're definitely sending her love and prayers right now during this time, because I can only imagine, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine your youngest baby is sick and in the ICU. That's got to be, crazy. All right. Sinazo, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Sinazo? Am I pronouncing that correctly? You're muted. There we go.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you guys hear me? Yes, it's Sinazo.
Oh, what's going on? Where are you calling from?
From South Africa.
Yay. I love it. What time is it there?
Yes, it is 6 minutes past 2 in the morning.
Lord, well, I appreciate you waiting on in the backstage. What are your thoughts on this Potomac reunion trailer?
Whew. Okay, so I've got a few points. I've got very unpopular opinions.
That's fine.
Let me start with Candiace, okay?
Mm-hmm.
let me start with Candiace. I'm not sure you're gonna like this, but you know, I realize that Candiace has said so many bad things or done so many bad things, but I feel like people are too hard on Candiace. People have not come at Ashley the way they have with Candiace and Gizelle. If you think about it, Ashley has been a villain in the past seasons.
That's true.
But it seems like people are in Candiace's head so much more. And you know, the other thing is that Candiace has a smart mouth, and the other ladies aren't quick on their feet like Candiace and Karen. So instead of wanting to put their hands on people, they can also just use their mouths. With people like Nene, Candiace, Karen, they're very quick on their feet. They're very smart women. You know, you can't fight them because they'll come back at you with their words. And I feel like all the other women should do that. If you can't do that, you can't resort to violence. You're grown women. You shouldn't be putting your hands on other people. Fight with your words. Be smart. Be verbal. And also, Candiace, when Mia came this season, Candiace defended Mia a whole lot, even when it came to Wendy. So I feel that Candiace was shocked when Mia suddenly switched up on her because Candiace kept defending Mia, kept giving Mia chances, and Mia just switched up. So if I was Candiace, I would be shocked as well. I'd be like, Mia, when you came, I liked you. It was if you were my friend, I supported you, and now you're switching up on me. And now let me say about Mia. One thing I'll say is that she always wants to speak about her mother, that her mother is dealing with so many issues. She has to protect her mother. But my thing is then, if you are so sympathetic and empathetic and protective of your mother, why make her join the show if you want to protect her sobriety that much? Because if your family is on this show, the other ladies are going to go at them. That's the beast of the show. So if you don't want people to bring up your mother, don't bring her on the show. That's what you signed up for when you brought your mother, and your mother knows that she's on an international show. There are many people watching, many opinions. So, and then, yeah, Ashley and Gizelle, I think they're pretty much villains as well, but people don't go at them. I don't understand why. People are always on Candiace's head, this and that, but it's not Candiace's fault that she's smart and she can fight with her mouth.
She's orating, as according to her.
She's orating, yeah. If you want to orate, do that as well. If you can't, well, too bad. So yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Naza, thank you so much for calling, and go get some sleep. It's late.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye. And going forward, I need to make sure I ask everyone that calls in, where are they calling from? Because I know you guys are calling from around the world, around the United States, and I want to know where you're calling from. So when you call into the channel, state your name and let me know where you're calling from. I think that's important. So shout out to South Africa. I can't wait till I'm able to go. I wonder what the COVID rules are for there. Sanaza, you know the COVID rules? Let me bring Sanaza back up. Sanaza.
Everything is open right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I might have to book a trip.
Come to Cape Town. Cape Town is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
I believe.
Come to Cape Town.
I have to get to the motherland. I have to. Sanaza, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Hi. All right. Speaking of really, really late, let's bring up Adam. And I know, Adam, you're calling from the UK, right? Adam, you're muted. Did Adam step away? Adam.
Hi, sorry about that. I just having some issues because I'm using my phone.
Oh, no worries.
I'm shocked that this is 4 parts, and really, like, I think last season should have been the 4-part one. Yeah. In fact, I was going back a few months and going on Watch What Happens Live YouTube channel, and I was seeing the video with I think her name's Rachel Lindsay and Drew Sidora was on it, and Andy was trying to defend himself about how he was how he went for Candiace, how he talked to her, and it was like, I was really pushing this to be 4 parts, And he was like, oh, but I don't really think it matters because it didn't air out. However, I know lots of people were angry. Unfortunately, I have to disagree with the previous caller. I think people deserve to drag Candiace. I don't really like her personality. She I'm glad also that Mia I'm glad that Mia reposted her homophobic tweets, because that's a community that I really advocate for and what have you. And she her apology was really non-existent. It was some typical PR thing. But with this reunion, my favorite part probably was when although I didn't like Jamal being brought up again, because it was like, okay, we've been there, done that. But when Karen was like, you were Mrs. Bryant then, you better lawyer up. But I don't know, like I have some things about the Nicki Minaj part. Like, I thought it was weird how they just made a voiceover at the start. I know it was meant to be a surprise and thing, but it was just kind of like, I want to see her actually say this to Gizelle and and Robin. Is Robin, are you in a relationship, or what's going on here? But then again, I'm surprised Nicki even bothered to ask that, because half the people who watch the show are like, why am I still seeing Robin? Like, I don't know. I found it weird though that also I said this in one of your videos 2 weeks ago, that I find it weird that Ashley's at the end. If anything, Escale should have been on the other couch or something, and I don't know, Mia not to be on the end and Ashley to be on the end, I just think is weird. Because Ashley is an OG. She's been there from the start. I know some people.
She had much of a storyline though. She didn't have much of a storyline this season.
I know, but usually that doesn't matter. Like in all the other, in all the other shows, like the storyline thing, like with Beverly Hills, Lisa was, in front of near next to Erica, and she basically just used the Scott Disick thing with her daughter as her storyline. So, as Kim Richards famously said, when are we going to talk about your husband? but with Potomac, I hope it isn't a Beverly Hills thing, because like that whole editing, cutting those Sutton and Erica fights out, I don't want to see anything cut out. I want the trailers to actually be real and a reflection of the episode. None of this phony stuff. And I hope Nicki Minaj, not that she will, but I hope she grills Andy a bit. It's just like, why didn't you go hard on Candiace in season 5? What? And the whole thing with Gizelle saying that she wouldn't be surprised if Mia went on Candiace. I think Gizelle only went for Monique because Gizelle didn't like it, but Monique had more followers on Instagram. Monique had a better life than, Giselle's house, like half of it's like a strap on, I don't know, like, and that was just a pure jealousy thing. But I think she's doing that because I believe she got dragged to pieces. She probably got dragged when she didn't say it to Candiace the first time. And I remember watching the episodes, and just in the confessionals, she was like, okay, I would have thought Candiace would have learned from this behavior, but she would never say it to Candiace's face. Yeah. So like, this is the first time. And I think fans probably dragged her on Twitter and they probably was like, why they were dragging her as hard as they are about her house, how it looks tacky with that Ronald McDonald interior. But I don't know. I think it should only be 3 parts, quite frankly. And you said earlier in the video that Nicki Minaj probably will only just appear in the last episode, but I hope she appears in the last 2 because otherwise, what are we watching here?
We're gonna have to wait and see.
And
I
last thing
always
I want to
appreciate
say
you
is
calling in. I gotta get to these other
is
callers
that I'm
'cause I
upset
haven't-
that Michael Darby and Juan weren't there because I wanted to see a Michael Darby go at Chris Bassett because that's always entertaining.
We shall see. Adam, thank you so much for calling in. I gotta get to these other callers.
Yeah, it's getting late here, but have a good night.
You too. Get some rest. All right, guys. Callers. I have not eaten dinner yet. I just want to point this out. It's now 8 something. You know how I get when I'm hangry. All right. If you have almost 700 people watching. We were talking, of course, about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion trailer that dropped. I want to know your thoughts if you're watching the replay of this. What was your favorite moment? What are you looking forward to? Do you think it needs to be 4 parts? Let me know in the comment section. Let's get to these last few callers. D Woods, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, D Woods?
What up, though?
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Sidebar. I just want to say this.
Yeah.
I literally matched with someone a while ago on Hinge. And the first thing this motherfather said to me was, "What up, doe?" I said, "Unmatch."
You know,
What
that's a
up,
Detroit.
doe?
Was he from Detroit?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That's a Detroit thing. I'm not from Detroit, but I've been watching BMF, and so I feel like I'm from Detroit.
Maybe he was trying to be funny. I don't know. I just was like, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So first off, you said that you couldn't make out what Nicki was saying. The last part she said, it was to Ashley. And she said, "Are you sure you and your breast milk did not come to start mess because you needed more camera time?"
Oh, okay. See, this is why I rely on you guys. Okay.
Yeah. So that is what was said. The cardboard, we didn't really talk about what was on it. And it was in the text message, it was from Robin asking what kind of lawyer Eddie was, because All About the Tea was saying all this stuff about them, and then said Eddie, she's saying that Eddie has a side baby by a white woman that's a coworker. Yeah. So that's what's on the text message. And then
so people can see.
Yeah. And then Wendy's like, "Girl, what? A baby?" So Robin did know about it. And Wendy did. I mean, she talked to somebody about it, because on the show she said something like, "Nobody came to me." Well, Robin told her back in January. So they both were lying. Honestly. Yeah, they both were lying. Yeah. Also, Gizelle is the colorist.
Oh.
Let's just put it out there. Let's call a thing a thing. That's
okay. Are you going to elaborate?
Yeah, because of the whole thing with Monique. Now, I'm not a huge Monique fan, but they went so hard at Monique last year, and for her to turn around and say, "I would be okay if Mia popped you or did whatever to you." Now, if anything, Monique should have been firing off on Gizelle last year. It should have been Gizelle who got her butt touched last year, right? Not Candiace. So I feel like they try to use that as a way to kind of humble Candiace, when I don't think it's right. When the real villain is Gizelle. It's Gizelle, not Candiace. Gizelle is the real villain. She throws the rock and hides her hand, and she gets away with it every single time. And the only reason why people come at Candiace is because Candiace says things that other people are probably thinking and don't have the balls to say.
Ooh, she's orating.
Yeah, she's like, okay. Orating. So I mean, I feel like Gizelle is a snake, and that's the one to watch out for. It's not Candiace. Like, people give Candiace so much grief when she doesn't deserve half of it. The reason why she's going hard at Mia after the apology is because Mia has been showing her whole ass on social media for the past 3 months. So everybody's like, they apologized, they talked it out. But Mia is the one that started it on social media. If you go back to the very beginning of the season, when they were doing their press run, Candiace said, "Mia is awesome. I like Mia. She brings it. She started off a little rocky at the beginning, but then she figures it out. And then Mia started showing her ass on social media. So what do you want Candiace to do? What do you want her to do? Like, I mean, so you can't be mad that Candiace is saying your mama, right? So where was the outrage when Candiace did talk about Ashley's mom a few seasons ago? Did we forget about that? But also because they were talking about Miss Dot. So there, I mean, it's like we are selective, but what we want to be outraged with, because Mia has been talking about her mom. She might not have said your mom, your mama, but the things that Mia has said about her mom on the show would probably cause her to go into a relapse more than Candiace saying your mama.
Okay.
If you want to be honest, the conversation between her and G would be more damaging to Mia's mother than Candiace saying your mama. She didn't say your mama's a crackhead. She didn't say your mama gave you up. She just said your mama's low budget. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I just think that we are way too hard on Candiace when people have done and said worse things on this show. Gizelle was trying to have a whole scheme about somebody's child, but y'all are mad because she called somebody a milkmaid or said your mother's low budget. Come on, like y'all hate Candiace. It's cool. It's evident. We see it. But let's be
I just
fair.
like to preface this by saying I watch the show for entertainment. I know there are a lot of people that get very angry in the comment section or on social media. I don't get like that on this platform. And look, I'm not as invested as some people because look, I don't know none of these people. I don't want to know any of these people. So I watch it hopefully to be entertained, but it does get dark on certain moments. And you're like, ugh, like last season. But yeah, I'm
Kempire. I see worse things said on Twitter and on the comments and on YouTube in these chats than what Candiace has said on the show. So they're like, I would do this, but y'all are worse. Like some of these comments and these chats that y'all be saying even now, but y'all got an issue with what Candiace is saying on the show. Like, I mean, you gotta be fair. You gotta be fair about it. But that's it. And Robin, she can still go. Robin can go. Yeah.
Look, Robin is not here for you guys shading her. She's here. Don't be talking about Robin. Robin is here.
Robin can go, and Ashley dresses like she is 21. Like, I mean, the dress that she wore when they were out to dinner with Gizelle and Candiace in LA, she looked like she got that from Forever 21. She got her dress from the reunion from Windsor in the mall. That's a kid's store, like a teenage store. That's what it looks like. It looks like a Windsor dress. So that's it.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you, D-Woods.
Bye.
Bye. All right. We're going to take these last couple of callers, guys. Crystal, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. I preface this by saying, quick comment. I have not eaten dinner. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. It's already over an hour. And I said, let me go live first. I will eat after because, I like to luxuriate in my food. Okay. Crystal, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
So I'm good. So with Wendy, the whole conversation that Gizelle and Robin said that she changed, I feel like it was true because I'm Nigerian and I related to Wendy because my parents are also trying to force me to do like multiple degrees. It's like a whole thing where it's like you either have a doctor, a lawyer, or someone with multiple degrees, one of the three.
What are you doing?
With her, healthcare management.
Oh.
Yeah. So with them saying like you've changed, I understand that because that's really how we're all raised to be academic focused. So with that, I felt like she kind of went a little too hard on them because what they were saying was true and she was too defensive. So Wendy's whole storyline was just being mad at the green-eyed bandits. That's how I felt. Okay. And it was just too much. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, Crystal, I like it. Straight into the point. Have a good night. Thank you so much for calling in.
You too. All right. Bye.
All right. Oh, I keep forgetting to ask people where they're calling from. Guys, if you're just joining us, we have over 700 people in the chat. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio, where you get an unedited version of some of these hot topics and reality TV recaps. I share a little tea as well there as well. Look, as well there as well. No. See, I'm hungry. See what happens? I'm confused. All right. Katamin, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hey.
Yeah. Hi. Can everybody hear me?
I can.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a small tidbit. I really like your channel, and I saw the trailer to Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm excited. The women look really great. But one thing I have a problem with, and I think it piggyback on, I think 2 callers ago, is about Gizelle. Like, last season, she was like, oh, Monique was in the wrong. And then now she's like, well, I kind of understand why if Candiace said something that's kind of foul, and then someone finishes off. I find it very interesting. And I feel like, okay, where was your situation when happened last year, like last season?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, what's going on here? And then on top of that, I do think people are basically getting too hard on Candiace. I like Candiace because she's, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. Like Gizelle, she's just like, oh, I'm a nice person, but then she stabs you in the back. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. But Candiace, the one thing I have a problem with her is that she doesn't self-reflect. I never see any empathy with her. Not empathy, but like when her therapist basically said, is there anything you could have done wrong last season? She literally said no. And I've been to therapy. I've had therapists say, look, is there anything you could have done differently? And I would say, oh, I could have done this differently. I could have done that differently. And Candiace, every time when someone puts a hand at her or just as bad as her, she will get out the tears and she'll cry. And I'm like, you don't take any ownership of what you do. I mean, and that's where I have a problem with her, is that she doesn't take any ownership. On the other hand, what she says, she thinks like everybody else, but she has the ownership of saying it. My only issue is that she can dish it out, but she can't take it. No. That's it. But that's it. I hope you get food, and I'm sorry that you're hungry.
Thank you, Katamin, for calling.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. And so you know what the most frustrating part is? I have no idea what I'm going to eat. So then I have to figure out what am I going to eat, because I'm not cooking anything right now. Not at this hour. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. Anyways. All right. Let's take this last caller. Bad and Bougie's in the house. What's going on, Bad and Bougie?
Hey, Kempire. How are you?
Well, how are you? Where are you calling from, Bad and Bougie?
You know I'm calling from LA, California.
Oh, I want to make sure I start asking people where they're calling from.
Los Angeles, the city of the angels, is in the building. But anyway, okay, so I agree with the other caller that, there's a colorism issue, and I guess people don't want to call it out. But they came for Monique last season, and I think Gizelle and Robin have gotten used to the idea that they can ice out people, and they feel a victory at making Monique leave. And so now they want to buckle down on Wendy. Wendy wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? Wendy's too intelligent. Wendy's too well-spoken. Wendy is a CNN commentator who is too quick on her feet for Gizelle and Robin. So Robin does the crybaby thing. I can't even ask her for salt, because if I do, she's gonna, because Robin is basically like, now I'm going to play the victim because I know I can't tongue battle with her. As far as Candiace, yes, I believe everybody is being too hard on Candiace. Yes, she does need to watch her mouth, but at the end of the day, we've seen way worse, and I totally agree. And I've been saying all season with Mia, you brought your mom on the season. You exploited your mother for a storyline. Let's just keep it all the way 100. That's what happened. You exploited her. You talked about her prison. You talked about her rehab. So your mom is not going to get back on the corner and start smoking crack because Candiace said your mama. But if your mother is going to be upset about something, it's going to be because you and G said she can't be around my kids no more. And she did this and she did that. And you talked about everything that she left you on Christmas and everything. So you can't have it both ways. You can't bring her on the show and say, oh, this is my mom, the crack addict, the felon, the person that's not good enough to watch my kids. And then if somebody else say, your mama say, oh my God, if she goes back to it, then it's going to be Candiace's fault. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You wanted the storyline. You got it. So now, I mean, it is what it is. So don't bring the storyline there. That's just like, it's the same thing with Candiace's mom. Candiace brought her mom on the show. Her mom is hilarious, but at the same time, obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? But if Candiace start pulling out the triangles, handkerchief every time somebody says that about her mother, it'd be like, okay, well, Candiace, why you bring her on here? Yeah. So Mia needs to decide, you want your mom to be a storyline or you don't. Because if you pulling her in there, then that's what it's going to be. Just like Gizelle got mad when people talked about her daddy saying that Jamal was out here having babies as she was pretending that he was her man. So then she wants to get mad if somebody says something about it. But at the same time, you brought your daddy on there and he said what he said. Robin, same thing was you. You want to talk about everybody's marriages? When somebody says, oh, Juan ain't coming, you with your luggage, whatever, now you offended and you so hurt. Don't bring the stuff on there if you don't want it to be a storyline, girl. You can't get Juan to be nowhere around you. And I predict that Juan is probably going to leave her. No, I don't like to see marriages break up, but I mean, it is what it is. The man clearly is not attracted to her. Anybody can see that. Okay. But that's all I had to say, boo. I'm glad.
Bad and Bougie, thank you so much for calling in.
Let's keep it 100. I love you, though.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Chocolate Chunks, thank you so much for the super chat. Chocolate Chunk says this: sometimes you've changed equals you've leveled up on me and I don't like it. Robin and Gizelle are jealous of Dr. Wendy. Curvy Jersey says on Twitter, people made comments to Candiace about not going after Jizzy. Okay. You know what I loved? I'm so glad Juan Dixon's not here right now. Me too. And when I say that, it's just because of what was just said. I don't know. We shall see. You know what I did love is that we had a variety of different opinions about this show call in. I love the conversations that we're having here on the channel. Let's continue the conversations in the comment section. Of course, as always, I don't moderate adults. So be civil with your conversations. No need to battle because, again, this is just a show. And you don't know these people. Let's have fun. Guys, don't forget, there will be a 4-part reunion of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We will be recapping and watching it live on my TikTok every single Sunday. More than likely, it will probably be, because what time does Potomac air on Sundays? 9? No, not 9 p.m. because it comes on at 8 p.m., I believe. So probably we'll do, again, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you follow me on my TikTok, everything's at TheKempire. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on IG, because I will start doing some exclusive IG lives as well. So stay tuned for that. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. You can become a member of the channel at TeamKempire.com. Join our Texan community as well at TexKempire.com. And shout out to one of our sponsors. Oh, hold on, here we go. Get your coldest water bottle today. Keeps your water cold up to 36 plus hours. Get 10% off when you use the discount code KEMP10. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. I appreciate you all being here for this conversation about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion that's coming in November. I'm excited to watch it, recap it, talk about it. So if you love content like that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and join our Texan community. That way you don't miss out on anything that's going on. Again, shout out to my moderators for keeping this space an open, fun conversation. Have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go grab something to eat once I figure out what that is going to be. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Again, thanks for tuning in. Bye.